Hey, hello, dear colleagues and friends. Congratulations on the steady progress that we are making in the re-engineering of the curriculum of the Nigerian university system, the very best in Africa. How many countries? 55 countries, easily the best. Last week, Saturday, we had a meeting with the technical reviewers, and there was the agreement that we could do a short video guide that will guide them and all of us in how the packages, the 30% addition that we have been uploading, will be assessed. You know, we had video one with just general principles, video two focusing on how we develop the courses in the 30% addition, and video three, how we upload the courses. I'm so delighted. My belly is very sweet. You're about to say, no, my belly is sweet. Happy that about 176 universities have done it, have been green lighted to send in their packages. And today, the 20th day of February 2023, we have a large number. It's like torrents pouring down now. And it's about time we started or rather continue, because Edo State University had won the gold medal in this thing, got everything all set and all that. So in the next couple of minutes, join me. Let's all together see how we'll be guided into how we do technical review of the submissions. Yeah, so here we go. Fasten your seatbelts. The guide for technical reviewers, as I said earlier, is for everybody, but technical reviewers are the ones who are going to be doing the scoring. Peter Okebukola, and today, February 20th, 2023. This whole thing is about checklist. It's about you're having a series of indicators that you'll be checking. Is this there? Is this not there? It's like a checklist before an airplane takes off. The captain, co-pilot will check. Is there? Yes. Is there? Yes. So this was on the 7th of January this year. And the analogy is the same here, where you do a checklist before the package, the CCMAS package, takes off. And when everything is running quite well, the plane takes off very, very, very smoothly. Yeah, so that's the airplane's checklist. What's our own checklist like? This is our own checklist, technical reviewers checklist. And it's a very straightforward checklist. You have three categories: the A checklist, the B checklist, and the C checklist. And then you come to a decision, the recommendations. Now, let's go quickly through this. The A checklist is that you grab the CCMAS and then look at the program that you want, that has been assigned to review. So you browse through it to familiarize yourself with the contents. And then you see this checklist has two major components: the format component and the technical component. The format component will just see compliance with the format that we all agreed upon. You look at the summary table, whether it's present, yes or no, and then there are some remarks to give, course codes in line with specifications, accuracy of total number of units, sequencing of the courses by level, and the rest of them. Now, I want this video to be short, so I'll just go straight on to take an example. And which example are we going to use? Let's go back to those who have submitted, and let's pick one from them. Yeah, I've been assigned University of Delta, Agbon, a great university coming up really, really strong. Very proud of this university. Is preparing or has prepared a BSc software engineering program, and this is the package. Submitted. Let me see when it submitted it. University of Delta submitted on the 16th of February at 3:14. We have all these details here, so you can see it computed. So let's see what we have with the University of Delta. So that is it. So this is what has been submitted. How many pages in total? You can see here 20 pages. So I've been assigned this package, BSc Software Engineering, to review. So how do I proceed with it? I told this whole thing is about checklist. So let's see the checklist again and take it from there. Checklist, where are you? The first thing with checklist A is for me to browse and familiarize myself with the contents of the program in CCMAS. Which program? Of course, BSc Software Engineering. So where can I find that? I can find it in the computer science discipline. So let's go for it. So dear reviewers, technical reviewers, dear all, this is what you do. That's the first thing. You go and check this out. Let's scroll to software engineering. Let me go rather quickly. Software engineering, where are you? Where are you? So that's it. That's software engineering. So let's go to software engineering. So this is where we are. So I have to read this, familiarize myself with it. Why? So that I know that University of Delta, a great university indeed, is not just duplicating what we have here. So actually, if you look at it, you find this 100 level course, 200 level courses. You can see the course code. This is very important. SCN, Software Engineering, 201, 299, and the rest. So you familiarize yourself with this, and the contents of the courses is software engineering. Hey, checklist A1, done. Let's go on to the next. So let's go to the big checklist. Big checklist is only about format, nothing else. And the C checklist is about technical. So you can see this thing is quite straightforward. Now, summary table present, yes. Course codes in line with specifications. Oh, let's check that out. The answer again is yes. Well done, Unidel. You can see there you have it as Unidel. Yes, dash send. This send has to be there. That's software engineering. That's what we have in the original master. Of course, I said you have the table of contents. And then, so let's look at this quickly because that's going to happen. The next thing is for us to ensure that the course, that the number of courses add up well, the number of units add up. This is 7, that is correct. This is 4, that is correct. This is 10, that's correct. That's 15. That is it. That's for this, but not the total. But fine, I'm sure they will have 30% or a little bit more, which is good. Now, the other thing to look at here is 2 units. Yes. Compulsory. Yes. Lecture hours, 30. That's 2 units already because 15 hours for lectures. And the practical another. So this is definitely not 2 units. So this is wrong. The 1 unit, 15 hours of lectures will give you the unit, but this is you also have 45 units here. So this is also wrong. 30 units and then 45 units, this is also wrong. So we're going to annotate, I'm going to put that as our remarks for this. 30 units, 45, this is also wrong. 15 hours of lectures and for 1 unit, 45 hours of lecture of practicals. So that this is correct. This is correct. Yes. Yeah, it's all for us to just check that this apply, this synchronize. But what I also found is that for the 30% thing, because that 70% CCMAS almost like compulsory, mostly compulsory, and then you are loading this with compulsory courses. I'm not too sure. I like to advise technically University of Delta to put all of this as compulsory. Even if you put them as electives, by the time the students are adding them up to make their 120 units, they will be more or less, compulsory. So that's done for this. Let's get back to the checklist. Now, we've taken a decision on this. That's yes. Course codes in line with specifications, yes. Accuracy of total number of units, no. And we're going to put the remarks there that the number of lecture hours and practical hours do not add up to the units assigned. Sequencing of the courses by level. What does that mean? I'll just show you. I took the liberty of having some training in computing to use this as an example. Now, if you look at this, the 100 level courses, the flow gets a little bit more more advanced, and then you go on to here more advanced. So this sequencing, in my view, is very good. Although it's still going to be sent to some others to review, but in my view, this sequencing is good. So let's get back to our checklist. As I said, this whole thing is about checklist. Yeah, so what do we have? All courses summary table and the program package. Yes, you got to check that. How do you check that? We'll go back again to our all right, to the package. Yeah, this one is quite straightforward. After the summary table, so SCN 101, 102, 104 should just follow in that sequence. Let's see. 101, good. 102, and then you go all the way down. I've actually checked, and I know that this is quite accurate. Yeah, so back to the checklist. All courses in the summary table are in the program package. This is yes. Let's look at the last one under format. All courses follow the format of presentation. So let's check that out course by course. I'll just do a few for the purpose of keeping this guide short. Yeah, Unidel 101. Very good. Computing and applications, 2 units credit. So this is this cannot be so. This needs to be corrected. Set approved relevance. Skills acquired in this course will lead to adequate computer literacy in this application. I did that. Yeah, of Agbo. Excuse me. Yeah, let's take this one. Set approved relevance. Skills acquired in this course will lead to adequate computer literacy. Why is this a capital? And its applications is highly recommended for a smooth day-to-day running of academic activities the rest of the time. Well, I'm not too sure this is reading well. You are saying approved relevance. Please watch video number 2 and get what that one is about. The overview. The course provides a fundamental understanding of computing. This is good. But you see, I found this to be aberrant. A computer is an electronic device operating under the control of instruction. We don't need this here. So we actually need 2 paragraphs here. The first paragraph should give us some general statement, and then we can have this as the second paragraph. The objectives. Objectives are to define computer, describe, list the types, fine. Learning outcomes. At the end of this course, students should be able to identify the computer as a tool, explain the concept of this, identify methods. Like I said, make this quantitative. Maybe identify 10 methods or 3 methods, solving problems and programming, identify 3 methods of this. This is completely wrong. List and describe. The verb for the outcome should be just one. This is double barrel, which is not acceptable. Sir or man, person who has written this. List 2 types of computers or 10 types of computers, or describe. You don't have list and describe. Now, course contents, this is looking quite good. I read through this though, and I found to be accurate. In terms of technical software engineering, introduction to web technologies. Says skills approved. This is required for staff and students to help students. Yeah, this is this needs to be polished. Hey, overview. This media-rich course provides learners with engaging. That's fine. Learners and teachers do not need any previous coding or design experience for this course. Along the way, this has to be recast. And the objectives: discuss this, describe this, explain. Yeah, identify, explain how this. Discuss the key technologies. Maybe discuss 2 or 3 key technologies. Look, learning outcomes are outcomes which can be measurable. So please put some measurable statements there. Quantification. Explain how technology and market trends can affect this. This is also quite fine. So what I've found here is that I said approved relevance and overview. Design is an essential element of professional practice that requires unique knowledge. The unit allows students to do that. Accessible exercise one in which this is too much of. The overview will also needs to be recast. This one, fine. Learning outcomes, as I said, you need to put some quantification here. So I've gone through this. So for technical, for format, these are my suggestions for improving the package. Explain the possible options. explain the fundamental of neural computation. Put some computation here. Sorry, some quantification here. All right, so we have done this. All courses follow the format of presentation, you know, and I've made my remarks about the Senate approved relevance, about the overview, about the objectives, and about the learning outcomes. So let's look at the last bit, which is the technical assessment. This is where your knowledge of computing or your knowledge of the subject matter comes into it. And I'm drawing my knowledge to come into play, to action here. So confirmation of uniqueness of the courses are shown in the course content. You know, we said the courses for the 30% institutional addition should be unique. So how can I confirm that this is unique? I then have to go back to checklist A. That is the original software engineering program in CCMAS, and see whether we don't have duplication of courses with those in the CCMAS. So let me show you how I did this. I did this by carefully going through this summary table for the BSc software engineering. So I looked at the courses. Introduction to Software Engineering. Is CWES 1. And then at the 300 level, we have object-oriented analysis and design, software testing and quality assurance, software construction, software engineering, innovation and new technology, data structures, operating systems. Okay, then we have software configuration management and maintenance, software architecture and design. Then you have this project. So that's it. I had to go back to the University of Delta, the software, the 30% addition. So what did I find? I found that these courses are not repeated in the CCMAS. Introduction to Web Technology, Sustainable Design, Logic and Simplification to Computer Science. A little bit of overlap, but not too serious. Software Engineering, Project Management, Computational Intelligence, Web and Mobile Application, Development, Database Systems, Enterprise Architecture. You see, I looked at this carefully, and I found that there's not, even if there's something slight, but it's not a major one. So this is quite good. Scoring high on that checklist. Let's go back to our checklist as we conclude. So checklist, confirmation of uniqueness of the courses are shown in the course contents. This is yes. No duplication of courses with those CCMAS for the program. This is yes, no duplication. So what would be my recommendation? My recommendation will not be recommended for approval without revision. No, you can see we picked out a few things there. So recommended for approval after minor revisions. The minor revisions are actually just format. And the major revision to resubmit. No, I'm going to recommend this. So what will my final checklist look like? So my final checklist, ladies and gentlemen, will look like this. Technical reverse checklist, University of Delta, Agbo, BSc Software Engineering. Checklist A, I browse through, that's done. Assessment, that's checklist B, assessment of format. Summary, good, yes. Course code, good, yes. Accuracy of total number of units, yes. But lecture and practical hours do not match number of units in some courses. So we know that. Sequence of the courses by level, yes. All courses in the summary table and the program package, yes. But I made a note here. Senate has final decision. Senate can say, yes, let them be compulsory. But the view of my view as a reviewer, technical reviewer, is that too many compulsory courses at the 400 level. So all courses follow the format of presentation. The answer is no. Senate approved relevance to be improved, course overview to be improved, objectives poorly written for most of the courses, learning outcomes poorly rendered, not in quantifiable and measurable terms. Okay, let's look at technical assessment. Confirmation of uniqueness, yes. No duplication of courses with those in the CCMAS, yes. So up, University of Delta. So what would be my recommendation? As I said, recommended for approval without revision. That's not what I've selected. I've selected recommended for approval after minor revisions, yes. And these are the comments. Lecture and practicals do not match number of units. Too many compulsory courses. I just copy from there and put them here. So that is it. Is that it? Of course, no. You then have to transfer this to the form. So where's the form? here is the form. Yeah, so here is the form which all the technical reviewers already have, but we are going to keep sharing the link to the form, feedback form for accredited reviewers of 30% addition to CCMAS. So after doing what I did, that may take about an hour or so. Name of reviewer. I'm not a reviewer, but I've just squeezed my name somewhere there. So that's it. Okebukola Peter. You just select. Now you can't find the names of anybody who has not been accredited in quotes now to be a technical reviewer on this list. All the over 400, almost 450 that we have here are those who are qualified. Email address, you put the email address there. Yes, telephone number. My telephone number plus 234802290 4423. Institution you are reviewing, University of Delta. So you cannot find another university that's not been green lighted here. Even the recent ones that were put them in here. So where is University of Delta? University of Delta is here. So you click on University of Delta. So institution you are reviewing, I've done that. Program you are reviewing, I'm reviewing computing. Yes, computing, software engineering. That's it. You can see how simple this thing is. Assessment of the submission in terms of format and technical content. What are you going to pour here? What you're going to pour here are I'll just show you that final bit in it. Yeah, so if you recall this table, so I'll just come here and I've just selected it and I've copied it. So you go back to the form. Yeah, so we are now in the form assessment of the submission in terms of format and technical content. I'm just going to paste this here. So that's it. Decision is what? Decision is minor revision as indicated in the assessment report above. Approved thereafter. Submit. So that is it. Immense thanks for sparing your time to conduct this review. All right, thank you. So that's as easy as we can get it. I'm sure we have all together learned one or two things about the process. But just before I go, let me show you the example of Edo State University that's leading all of us in this process. The reviewer, they submitted BSc civil engineering. And the reviewer, see what the reviewer wrote, technical review. So it's not a matter of just glossing through this. You've got to give some more details like he did. The submission is generally good. However, technical content needs to be proved as follows. 100 level, minimum of 8 credits for 30% local content needed in 100 to make up the minimum of this. Elementary maths, this, none of that. 200 need to add the following workshop practice, need to consider the following courses. Theory of structures is a repetition of structural mechanics of this is very important. So you got to check that there is no duplication. I checked in my own case, I didn't find that. 400 level engineering hydrology too needs to be taught before teaching food and storm water control. The latter can be taken to 500 level. 500 level, there's need to teach design of structures, design structures, 2 units for fine. So we leave it to the Senate of the university to make a decision on all of this. But the important thing is that when you get this feedback, revise quickly so that we can send back to the same reviewer to OKU for further processing to through Stratcom to NUC. Yeah, that brings us to the end of this guide on how the technical reviewers will assess the packages you are sending. Did you know that I just checked the back end of the submissions, and what did I find? I found that Crescent University submitted 10 packages, 10 programs. KB State University of Science and Technology 1, Michael Okpara University of Agriculture 2, that's additional. Base University 4. ATBU 5, and Unidel, the one we just looked at, another 2. So, my dear brothers and sisters, my dear friends, what are you waiting for? Get on with it. Let us move. Let's move. Now, election is a few days away, and God will be with all of us. I'm going to have a very successful election. And look at what I have here. Give God your weakness, and He will give you His strength. Well, we've given God our weakness, and surely God will take care of Nigeria. For me, Peter Okebukola, it is bye for now.